This is the video solution of exam 4 of advanced data analysis. Okay, we start with MySQL. Okay, so I am at home and not at university, so I use the VPN to connect, and then I can launch SQL. Okay, if you don't know how to use it, there is a specific video explaining it. Now you can connect using from SQL directly to university computer. Okay. We use Sakila free. Okay. There is a little scheme of Sakila free directed at exam paper. Build a query which displays the film's category names with how many films copies per category do we have in our inventory. So, films category name taken from table category. How many film copies per category do we have in our inventory is taken from table inventory. So you have to count the records which have come out from table inventory. Obviously you have to join inventory with film, film with film category, and film category with category. So query select, so the type from table category, the name of the category. We have to count the records. You can count, if you want, also inventory ID. It's exactly the same. From. And this is the hard part of this query. You have to join all the things. So category dot category ID. No, sorry. From category in join film category on category dot category ID equal to film category. You can obviously click instead of typing everything. Category ID. Okay, then in join. Now this one I don't put parentheses because they are not necessary, but if you want, if you feel, if it is more clear to you, you can put parentheses. In join film on film category film ID equal to film ID. In join inventory on film ID equal inventory film ID. Okay, let's see, semicolon, let's see whether it works. I select it and run the selection. Okay, why do I have only action? Category name. Ah, okay, I have clearly to group. Have forgotten to group. Group by category dot name. Let's see whether it works. Okay, so I have 16 rows found. Action film has 312 copies. Okay, perfect. Okay, now it's a good idea to save. Save as. Okay, I was working on my desktop. I prepare a specific folder. This one. Okay. So the name is written below, Sakila.sql. .sql is not necessary, it's automatic. Okay. Update the database inserting yourself as an actor and put yourself in at least 2 different films. Well, you either update the table actor with update command, okay, or much easier, you go to table actor. Remember that here, if you click once, you go to the table. If you click 2 times, look what happens. If you click 2 times, you go to the table, but you also, table name appears here, which may screw up some of your queries. So it's better to click always once. So actor, I will insert myself. I do it manually because it's much easier. So insert yourself wherever you want. Oops. What's the problem? May I insert myself? Insert row. It's a killer free, yes. Okay. Okay, don't insert any last update, any ID, it will be automatic, it's an auto increment field. Okay. Now I go back and look, who am I? Okay, I'm ID 201, because I have to insert myself in some films. How can I do? Well, very easily, there is the table film actor, which joins film with actor, so just put two records inside film actor with myself. I am actor 201. So film actor, I will put here insert. So I will actor ID me, so 201. Film ID, well, here put any valid film ID, so 853 for example. I copy it from here. It exists here, so it must be valid. Okay. Now another one. Doesn't matter the position, because I remind you in a database the position of a record doesn't really matter. 876, so another movie. So I'm present in these two movies. Okay. Well, if you want to know the exact syntax to do this thing, if you want to do them automatically and not manually, well, it's written here. This, in any case, you don't need to write it here. I will check the database directly, and this. Okay, so this is the syntax to do this task. It's not necessary to do it with the syntax. You can do it manually as I did. Okay, in any case, now I save to be sure. Display the movie. If you want really to check that you are in some movies, it's a little long. Probably during the exam you will not do it, but let's do it as an exercise. Select first actor last name, film, the title, from film in join film actor on film dot film ID equal to film actor dot film ID in join actor on film actor dot actor ID equal to actor dot actor ID. Well, with this command you get all the list of actors in every film. It can be very long, but we can look manually for myself. Okay, here I saw myself. Okay, I am in Stranger and Tarzan videotape. Okay, very well. Otherwise you go on with where actor last name like call and it should get myself. Okay, well, in any case this one is not necessary at all. Okay, let's leave it here. Display the movie titles with the amount of rental days in order of days of rental from the top rented to less rented. So I have movie titles and the amount of rental days. So I have to get the movie titles from table film, the amount of rental dates it's got from table rental, using the difference between return date and rental date. Okay, so select film dot title, comma. I have to make a summary query because I have to sum the days of difference. Okay, I will do the summary query later. For the moment I will just display the difference. So date diff rental date, rental return date. Let's give a name. Form rental in join film inventory on rental dot inventory ID equal to inventory dot inventory ID in join film on film Okay, let's see the result. The result is not the final query, okay, because the result will get all the film, all the rental that we have made. Oh, to have negative number, it means that I have switched the two dates. This is the return date, and this is the rental date. Okay. Let's see now, they should have the positive numbers. Now I have to sum up everything, so I have to put a wonderful sum here. Remember, however, that you have to group by film title. Let's see the result. Okay, and now I have to sort by rental date. Order by rental. And this is the reason why I put a name to this field. Descending okay. Fine. Okay, everything is correct. Save. Well, here it is written that if you have problems, you could save also the log. In this case, only if you have problems, not necessary. Go here, save as text file. You save it as Sakila. The txt comes automatically. Okay. Now we close it. Disconnect. Cancel. Okay. And let's do the other one. The R exercise. I launch R. First of all, I load the R commander package. I change the working directory to my directory. Okay, the directory where I'm working. Now, I have to load exam.rdata. It's not possible to load it from here. Okay, I will put a warning. Remember to load exam. Okay. Now, build a new vector B containing numbers from vector A which are larger than 5. Very easy. A larger than 5. That's it. Okay. Doesn't contain any number smaller than 5, so build a new vector D with 100 elements, where the first element is 2 and each subsequent element is equal to 3 times the logarithm of the previous one. Okay, so first of all I have to set the first element. Well, if you check the elements present here, you will see that kindly I have already prepared the element D. Otherwise, it would be impossible for you to write something like this. Okay. if I have not created the element D for you, okay, it's a good idea to create it. Well, in a very simple way. For example, here you just create we just create a vector D to have the vector ready, vector D with some values inside which will be overwritten. Okay, I put some comments. Okay, so I will suppose we don't have vector D, I will create it. Okay, and now I start putting the values inside. First element is 2, and the next element, so I need a loop here. Okay, I start from 2, from second element, because the first one has already been set. So D of j is equal to 3 times the logarithm of the previous one. So very easy. Okay, just to see. Okay, I don't know whether it's correct because I save file save script as exam.r. Okay, build a new vector E with 100 elements, which starts with the first element 5 and second element 7 and blah blah blah. So same as before, I just put some elements. Oops, I put too many. Just put some. You don't need to put 100. You just need to put more than one, so it's a vector. Oops, I have overwritten vector D, so I will redo it. Okay, I had to do it for vector E, not for vector D. Okay. Now the first element is 5. And the second element is 7. The first element is 5 and the second element is 7. So 5, 7. Okay, I have to put the rest of the elements for j in 3 to 100. The sum of all the previous elements. Okay, so the technique is rather standard. Okay, I set sum equal to 0, and now I have to make a loop from the first element up to the current element minus 1. Okay, and I calculate the sum. Okay, now let's review what I'm doing here. First of all, an important thing: whenever you put j minus 1 in a loop like this, in an array like this, you have to put the parentheses around. If you don't put the parentheses, it will start from 1 and go up to j, and then subtract 1. Okay, so k starts from the beginning and go up to the previous element, and calculates the sum of all the previous elements. So now in sum I have the sum of all the previous element, previous with respect to j. And now finally in E of j I can put sum. Okay, let's see whether it works. No complaints. Let's check. 5, 7, this is 12, 1.2 E plus 1, 24, so 12 plus 7 plus 5, 48, 24 plus 12 plus 7 plus 5, etc., etc. So okay, build a function called product. Save. build a function called product from 2, which accepts as input two numbers start end and calculates the product of the numbers between start and end. So product from 2 function start and okay. Well, it's identical to one we have already made, but you have to pay attention because you have to make a product. So if you start setting p, which will be your product, equal to 0, let's try. Now the loop. P is equal to p by, because it's a product, j, and now return p. Okay, if you build it like this, which is identical to the way we built for the sum, the result will clearly be 0, always, because p starts with 0. Whenever you multiply it, it's 0. So while for sum you have to set sum equal to 0 at the beginning, for products you have to set the product equal to 1 at the beginning. Okay. There is an alternative. I will write here an alternative which is perfectly equivalent. The alternative is to start from the loop starts from start plus 1, so from the second element, and you set p equal to start. Okay, it is a perfectly valid alternative. Okay, let's see this one, and let's check whether it works. Product as required by the exercise from 2, 4, 8. There is a mistake. Could not find function. Because the p is small caps. Okay, 6, 7, 20. Okay, correct. Save. There is this annoying thing that R does not remember the name. Load dataset CO2 from package datasets. Modify variable uptake. Modify uptake value for the first plant to 50. So I have to do it manually. You could do it also automatically, modifying the first element of vector uptake, but it's much faster to do it manually. Okay, we close it. You check. Okay, 50. Okay, I save. Copy uptake variable to vector uptake 2 outside dataset. So uptake 2 CO2 dollar uptake. So straightforward. There is no semicolon here. Okay, let's see whether it works. Uptake 2. Okay. Create time series TS app. Containing variable uptake, so uptake 2, with monthly data starting from June 2003. So start equals 6, frequency equal 12. This should be enough. I think nothing else is necessary. Let's see. TS app. Yes, it works. Create a new dataset CO2b containing data from CO2 with variable treatment equal to chilled. Well, you can do it with a graphical interface or manually. Let's try to do it with a graphical interface. If I remember where the subset command is. If we select subset, okay, here. Alt variables, subset expression, treatment, equal chilled. Name is CO2B. Let's see whether it really exists. Yes. Save. This time save script. It's interesting that save script and save script as are exactly the same. Create two appropriate graph to display variable uptake. Well, variable uptake, now you should have learned it's a scale variable. So the graph are clearly the histogram. I didn't ask anything, so don't worry. And the box plot. Done. Create a scatter plot of conc by uptake without box plot and without a regression line. So graph, scatter plot, conc by uptake without box plot and without regression line. I remove everything to be sure. Okay, the scatter plot is here. Okay. Now I have to save everything. First of all, the script, the most important thing. Okay. Now the workspace. Okay, and now I can close and the exam is finished. Pay attention that now you have to copy all the files in the appropriate network folder. I will show you how. Okay. I am at home, so I have some problems. Okay. In the meantime, I close everything. No, you don't need to save anything else. These are the files. Okay, let's wait that it arrives. Okay, this is the network folder. You will find here a directory with your name. You will click and you simply drag over. Okay, if it asks you whether you want to overwrite, you will answer yes. You will not ask me. Okay, and then the exam is over.